Hello, I'm Dr Missick. I'm running for Texas State Representative or Legislature to represent HD 18, which is Liberty, Hardin, San Jacinto, and East Montgomery counties. We're up on election day now, and there's a lot of different things that could happen. We could have someone who wins outright, or we could go to runoff. And apparently, I've been performing better than expected in this race, and it's within the realm of possibility that I could take Ernest Bailes to a runoff or even win outright. That's why you need to vote. What we need to do is vote against Ernest Bailes. Vote for me, and if there's anything that you think that you have reservations about me, then vote for Janice Holt. I think you should vote for me. I'm the best candidate, but when you go to vote, vote against Ernest Bailes. We have to get him under 50%. So he is either defeated or it goes to runoff. That's what we have to do. If we go to runoff, he will be voted out of office. Of course, that's going to be a big burden and expense for the challenger against him, but that's going to be good for the voters so that we can actually have some change. We need change. Now, there's been all kinds of mail-outs, and it's kind of ugly, attacking Ernest Bailes, attacking Janice Holt. But I have to say that there's something that was done that's beyond the pale. And I'm against Ernest Bailes very strongly. Janice Holt, I think I'm the better alternative, but I have a decent relationship with her. But right or wrong, Ernest Bailes put her personal cell phone number on a flyer, and that's not a cool thing to do. For what? Why did he do that? The issue when you're running against someone, it should be not personal attacks. It should be on their voting record and how they're weak and how they're strong. I've come out pretty hard against Bailes, but I sincerely believe that there's a lot of things wrong, especially in Colony Ridge. I honestly believe that there might have been, or that there probably is, criminality. When I win, I'm going to look into and do a criminal investigation of Colony Ridge and look into prosecuting people for what's going on over there. I think it's outrageous, and Bailes could be in trouble if he's not in office, if he's not protecting Colony Ridge. There could be some accountability. I don't believe in personal vendettas. If we vote him out of office, then God bless him. Let him go and do his own thing, go back to his business, and go back into agriculture. But we need to change direction. I don't believe in hurting people or destroying their lives. Now, the attacks he made against Janice Holt, I find disgusting, honestly, and personal, and just gross. And we need to remember that he's done this before. I don't know, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but Janice Holt's a woman. I mean, if she's got some wrong policies, then we'll attack her on her policies. But I think you should show people, and especially women, some respect. And Ernest Bailes has done this before. The closest he ever came to being defeated before is when Emily Kibadoo Cook ran against him, because he has a poor conservative record, he has a poor pro-life record. So she ran against him. And she came close. She didn't do it, but she came pretty close. She ran a good campaign. And in a debate, Ernest Bailes basically called her a whore to her face. So it's gross. His behavior towards Janice Holt and towards Emily Kibadoo Cook, I find it revolting, disgusting, uncouth, and inappropriate. It's not gentlemanly. They used to have this movie about this guy running for Congress, a distinguished gentleman. Shouldn't we want to be a gentleman? So as far as attacking on policy, I believe no holds barred. If there are certain things that I think that Janice Holt's weak on, I'll be up front. So I think I'm a strong conservative than she is, which I believe that. But personal attacks or putting private information out and making it public to cause personal difficulties, that's not right. So we need to have a gentleman, someone that has respect towards other people and respect for women, as the state representative. And this behavior of Ernest Bailes is disgusting. And he's making false accusations against me as well. He's saying that I'm vandalizing or putting graffiti on his signs. And I haven't done it. That's not me doing that. I don't do things like that. I believe you should respect other people's property and their signs. They're an investment. Actually, I don't think it's right to vandalize people's signs, but Bailes's people have vandalized and stolen my signs. Over 20 of my signs have been vandalized, destroyed, or stolen by Ernest Bailes' people associated with him and his campaign. And I haven't said anything about it. I mean, I've complained among friends, but I might have mentioned it in a video or two, but I haven't made a big issue of it because I think when you put a sign out there, you're just exposing that sign to these risks. It's just the way it is. So I'm sorry his signs are being vandalized, but I don't really feel bad about it because of what he did to me. So a couple of his signs get vandalized. It's not right, but what about the cost to me? He's cost me hundreds, if not $1,000 in damaged and stolen signs. So he's complaining that somebody's vandalizing his signs, accusing me of doing it, and I didn't do it. I haven't been vandalizing his signs. And then they've stolen several of my signs just recently. I guess as retaliation for things that I didn't do. So that's not right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, remember, as we head to the polls, this is a decisive election. Primaries are important because they determine the candidates we're going to field in November. And I believe this is going to be a historical election, pivotal elections that's going to determine the future of our country. And we have problems here in our House district, very serious problems, of Colony Ridge. Another thing that Ernest Bailes is saying that's not true is like, well, you and Janice Holt haven't been talking about, last time you ran against me, you didn't bring up Colony Ridge. It's like, I did campaign on Colony Ridge. I've been following the issue since the beginning, but the first time I went into that sanctuary zone city, actually went in there and drove around in Colony Ridge was when I was campaigning, and I put some videos together to show people what's going on over there, which is appalling. And I've gone back again twice recently to see what's going on, this appalling situation for myself. It's hurting our House district, it's hurting our community, and it's also exploiting those people who are settling in that sanctuary zone or sanctuary city that Trey Harris and Ernest Bailes has created. Now, I want to talk about some dishonesty about Ernest Bailes, and one of these things he's saying against school vouchers is like, well, if you have school vouchers, what's going to happen is illegal aliens are going to get vouchers. That's so dishonest because the fact of the matter is, taxpayer money is going to go towards illegal aliens to educate them. Unfortunately, that's the law of the land right now. Several years ago, probably decades ago right now, the Supreme Court made a decision, because this is an issue. You have illegal aliens, and then our tax money has to go to, it's an unfunded liability, right? But the Supreme Court says it doesn't matter. If there's children in that district, it doesn't matter their immigration status, it's your obligation to educate them. So that's already policy right now. And on top of that, with Ernest Bailes and his friend, John and Trey Harris and their cousin Heath, they're attracting illegal aliens into our community. And part of the motivation and the reason why Ernest Bailes is supporting what's going on in Colony Ridge, and he's lying about it when he says he isn't, and we have documentation that he admits that he co-wrote HB 4341 with Trey John Harris. They actually gave him, I said it in jest, but it's true. They brought him this document and said, here's what the legislation we want you to pass, HB 4341. And he made some minor modifications to it, but it's co-written by them. So what's part of the reason why they have Colony Ridge going on is because they want to build new schools. They want to have contractors make bids and make money on these schools. And they want to, the people in city governance and county governance, they want to build new schools. They want to have these contracts and make money, pass more bonds and enrich themselves off of it. That's part of what's going on. So for Ernest Bailes to say that school vouchers are going to be used towards illegal aliens, that's already the law of the land. Unfortunately, I wish we could change that. It's not fair, if people come here illegally, and it's a burden on us. But he's increasing that pressure by supporting Colony Ridge, which is actually recruiting potential illegal aliens, telling them, come across the border, encouraging them to engage in illegal behavior and settle here in Tyrannus, Houston, which is another word for Colony Ridge. So, look, Ernest Bailes has engaged in disgraceful conduct. He's lying. He needs to know for a fact. He should say, I suspect that Dr. Missick is vandalizing my signs, not accuse me of things that I haven't done. And maybe he should get some security cameras or something. And if he did, he would see that it's not me. I didn't do it. I did not vandalize any of his signs. So, I mean, I'm innocent of these accusations, and it's not right. So he's accusing me of things I didn't do. He's misrepresenting policies dishonestly, which is, if you know anything, basic information about education and policies regarding education, it's pretty overt lie. But a lot of people don't understand that, so he's deceiving his voters. And then this behavior, this disrespectful behavior towards not just women, but common courtesy you should show to every human being that he's not showing. Calling Emily Kibadu Cook a prostitute to her face, it's disgusting. And then putting her personal information of Janice Holt on a mail out. He needs to be removed from office. This is very inappropriate. It's inappropriate behavior. So when you go to vote, you got to think about that. This is not classy. It's crude. It's disrespectful, and it shows a lack of character on the part of Ernest Bailes. And Texas deserves better. Liberty, San Jacinto, and this entire House district deserves better than this vulgar, profane, disrespectful, uncouth behavior of and dishonest behavior of Ernest Bailes. We've got to vote him out of office. I'm pleased that I'm performing well, and I hope I win. But we need change. We need to vote Ernest Bailes out of office. So if you haven't voted, please go out and vote on Tuesday. That's the big day. And I talk to people. It's like, did you vote for me? I'm going to vote for you. We had 2 weeks of early voting. I choose to vote on Election Day. Well, great. God bless you. Thank you. Go out and vote on Election Day then. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. So please vote. And I think I'm the best choice. But Janice Holt is a great improvement over Ernest Bailes. And I think you should vote for me. If you're inclined to vote, but whatever you do, if you're a Republican, this is a Republican primary. Ernest Bailes does not vote Republican. The Rice University Analytics, they put his voting record in the computer, and what it spit out, liberal. He is only slightly conservative one legislative session. The rest of the sessions, the other three, he's in the liberal category. The Republican Party is a conservative party. It's a constitutional party. It's a human rights and libertarian party. I mean, I'm not a libertarian, but I have libertarian leanings because I believe in freedom. I believe in the dignity of man and the family. And we need to champion these values and not corruption, as we see what's going on right now. We need change. We need accountability. So please vote and make an informed vote. I've done it before. We all make mistakes. But look at the policy stances of the candidates and vote accordingly. But this is a Republican primary, and we need somebody that reflects Republican values, which are family values, I believe. And if there's a woman out there who's disrespectful, you need to treat people in an appropriate manner. Like if somebody's doing wrong, you expose them and you say it. If they're voting the wrong way, you need to expose them and say that. But you should have human decency and respect, and Ernest Bailes has not been showing that. And a lot of things, he's being hit hard, but he brought that on himself. I want to close with this. Ernest Bailes went to a Flip Texas Blue rally wearing a purple shirt, showing that he's going to transition Texas from red to purple to blue. And that's outrageous. We need to keep Texas red. But the fact of the matter is no one made Ernest Bailes go to the Flip Texas Blue rally. No one made him put the purple shirt on. He chose to do that. No one made Ernest Bailes go beyond the bounds of respectful behavior and treat Emily Kibble Cook and Janice Holt in such a demeaning and degrading manner. He chose to do that. And so you need to remember this when you choose your candidates. on March 5th, on Tuesday, when you go to vote, and hold this man accountable. This is inappropriate, unacceptable behavior. And as a consequence of this, we need to end Ernest Bailes' political career. So I really believe that's truth. And I'm telling he's lying about me. I have not vandalized his signs, but his people have vandalized over 20 of my signs. And it's kind of disheartening. You go out there and put these signs up, and then Bailes' people steal or destroy all of them. And it's like, man, I spent money on those signs. And I wouldn't do that to him or anybody else, because, thou shalt not steal, or you shouldn't, damage other people's property. So anyway, thank you. God bless you, and be sure to vote.
Is we think in the victory.